Hello folks, in this video I will show you a couple applications that will truly pay you some additional cash without you truly doing anything. So the first is truly a program you can supplant, say Google Chrome, you can supplant Firefox, you can supplant Safari on the off chance that you have an iPhone, yet you can utilize this and it can truly pay you. So it's called Daring Confidential Program and it has a lot of various elements. You might have even seen it on the Joe Rogan Experience, referenced it in a meeting in one of those episodes of extremely famous digital recording, yet it's a more confidential program than the vast majority of the top decisions out there like Chrome, perhaps Firefox, and things like that. It upholds Chrome expansions. A major piece of what's made Chrome so strong is Chrome augmentations, and a ton of different programs couldn't uphold them well. Presently courageous can obviously Microsoft Edge might now, and you at any point can procure 70 or so of what publicists pay for promotions that you see while you're perusing the web. So as of now you can make around $5 or so each month from this. You can't make a ton, yet it's more than you would presumably get compensated for utilizing some other program. So to the extent that a method for bringing in additional cash without doing anything beyond the thing you're as of now doing yourself could simply change to the Fearless program with your Android or Apple gadget, and it will essentially assist you with remaining safer and assist you with keeping away from additional advertisements, as well as pay you for the promotions that you really do see. So it's simply one more great choice, and it's profoundly evaluated with 250 or more audits, got a 4.8 out of 5 stars. Something else you could do is permit an application to fundamentally gather mysterious information for customer conduct concentrates. So you have like MB CX, for example. They assist with leading statistical surveying concentrates through these applications, and they track things like perhaps what sort of sites you like to go to, what sort of applications you like to utilize, and that's what things like. And most these applications will gather this information secretly, so they're not following like what your name is, the sort of person you are, and placing you in these examinations. It's all the more mass investigation of by and large purchaser conduct. So what they're more keen on, a great many people don't, and what every individual does. So information assortment, $5 least money out before you can begin pulling out cash from MB CX. It pays you to gather information behind the scenes, and you truly need to do no sort of work. You don't need to invest energy watching recordings or doing anything or responding to questions. It in a real sense runs behind the scenes, as long as ensure you acknowledge the terms of administration and that you ensure it is empowered and running. Then you realize it will let you know not too far off. As a rule, it'll say meter status running. Once it's doing that, you can begin bringing in cash latently. You can make 1 pennies to $2 each day or more in view of your area, and you can get compensated by means of PayPal. Another is called FOP. So assuming you have pictures on your telephone, which you likely telephone pictures, telephone cameras are getting much better over the long haul. Each time another telephone comes out, it appears as though there's additional pixels, there's a superior camera, whether it's forward looking, whether it's the genuine back camera, yet you basically are getting a superior camera each time. And many individuals don't have a different camera from their cell phone, so you're taking this large number of pictures constantly of your canine or you and your companions or excursions you're continuing, and these pictures stay there in your telephone. You could show them to your companions or something, yet that's the long and short of it. Afterward you could transfer to them to the cloud, and afterward you could take a gander at them occasionally like clockwork, yet you can truly get compensated for these photographs that you're as of now taking in any case that are perched on your telephone. You can utilize FOP, and it's a free application. You can sell your photographs. You fundamentally construct an Instagram profile, and you can follow others and things like that. So here's an illustration of what one resembles, and afterward you can sell your photographs. So when an organization or some kind of blogger, someone needs to purchase the privileges to your photographs, a ton of times they can get it less expensive through society than they can by going, instead of going to an expert photographic artist who charges premium costs. So you can get compensated half of what the photograph sells for, which is commonly $10. So you get compensated like $5 for every photograph deal. And these are photographs you're as of now going to have. I'm not saying you ought to go out and take extra photographs to attempt to sell them, except if you have any desire to be a photographic artist, yet you can sell the ones you as of now have with society. Something else you can do is in a real sense get compensated for your means. So you have the large number of various wearables currently, like these Apple Watches and stuff that track your means. You have applications that do this on your telephone, yet there's an application called Sweatcoin that will truly pay you similar to digital currency in a manner. They have like their own little point framework, and you convert these focuses to either PayPal Cash or to focuses towards purchasing exercise stuff and things like that. They have like their own little commercial center inside the application, so it's profoundly evaluated around 4 out of 5 stars, yet they track means for yourself, and in light of the number of steps that take, you get such countless perspiration coins brought in. Afterward, you might money out. You at any point can see a couple of choices here, like for various headphones, for PayPal, for a savvy, or whatever you need to utilize your focuses towards, so it's in a real sense detached in light of the fact that you are strolling consistently somewhat regardless of whether you telecommute, so Sweatcoin pays you for something you're as of now doing too, meaning you don't need to make a special effort to make a smidgen of additional cash. Something else can do, which is entirely great long haul, is utilizing Oak Seeds. Oak Seeds can pay you for putting away your cash. They can assist you with robotizing the entire cycle by essentially gathering together your buys on a MasterCard that you have on record to the closest dollar. So in event that you purchase, as they use as an illustration, a 3.60 espresso at Starbucks or something to that effect, they gather it together to $4 and contribute that 40-penny distinction. You can likewise have it consequently contribute a specific measure of cash every month on the off chance that you're not actually utilizing the application enough, to the extent that exchanges on the off chance that you have relatively little exchanges consistently. You may very well be money management a couple of dollars a month, yet you can naturally set it to bring cash into your effective money management with Oak Seeds. And they additionally have various sorts of monetary articles to give you tips on what to do. They have like 5 or 6 unique levels, similarly as Hazard the executives, to the extent that how they put away your cash in light of what you're okay with. Concerning risk, to say read a book regarding this kind of thing, I would suggest Cash Ace the Game by Tony Robbins. It'll sort of clarify for you what contributing resembles as a fledgling, what to do when you're youthful, what to do when you age. Typically they say to be more dangerous, and it's put more in stocks when you're more youthful, and afterward more in securities, and less gamble when you're more established, while you're drawing nearer to truly involving that cash for your retirement. Now clearly you ought to get your own guaranteed monetary organizer and counselor. Since I'm not one yet, you can go read a tad into it, and Oak Seeds can truly assist you with mechanizing the entire cycle without you figuring about it everything the time. Another you can utilize is called Highlight Focuses, which permits you to bring in cash from a variety of things, so you can download applications. So on the off chance that you're thinking about, say, getting another game for your telephone or getting some new kind of application and overall for your telephone, what you can do, as opposed to going directly to the Google Play Store or the Apple Application Store, is go to Include Focuses first and afterward check whether it's on there. That way you truly get focuses towards changing out by means of PayPal through gift vouchers or Bitcoin for giving a shot applications through them rather than through the standard application store. So that is one way. Then you additionally have reviews. Then you likewise have free preliminaries. You can look at a few free preliminaries on various locales. A ton of times you don't get compensated anything for that, yet assuming you go through Include Focuses, you likewise have different sweepstakes now, and you can likewise elude individuals, assuming you're a blogger or YouTuber or a virtual entertainment powerhouse or something to that effect, and you do sponsorships, and you in all actuality do partner showcasing and those sorts of things. This has one of the most outstanding reference programs for a free program I've at any point seen, on the grounds that they pay you 50 of anything your references procure. So that is great, obviously, rather than generally the majority of them that will give you like $1 or $2, or they'll give you like 10% of anything they acquire. So great reference program, and they pay rapidly. You can utilize the code E7CRE if you have any desire to likewise get let loose focuses. When you sign, they give you like 50 free focuses, so you can cash out quicker the initial occasion when truly benefit the individual that you are alluding to, which additionally makes the reference program much better. Yet it's accessible for Android and Apple gadgets, and the following are a couple screen captures here. So here's like the application rendition. You download these applications, it lets you know the number of focuses you that acquire your all out is there in the upper right corner, and afterward you can bring in cash by changing out by means of gift cards, PayPal, or Bitcoin, as you can see, not too far off. So that is one more extraordinary one that pays you for a ton of things you're now doing. Again, you can likewise shop on the web on the off chance that you will purchase something on the web. Have you realize up to perhaps like 20 or 30% cash back on specific things that any other way you wouldn't get. Another, you can involve that to the extent that like money back and stuff like that is Ibotta, so that is consistently on supervisor's decision list, since it's only so really great for particularly shopping for food and things like that. So that is somewhat the way that they began. Now they have stretched out into different things, like you can book lodgings with like hotels.com with them. You can do things like, purchase something at CVS or Walgreens or Lowe's or Best Get. You have a variety of stores on here that you see now that used to not be on there, used to be known as a greater amount of like a shopping for food cashback application, yet that is still there, and they simply continue to add new branches to the application, which is the reason it's still so exceptionally evaluated. They have a decent reference program too that can pay you pretty well. It could pay you like $5 or $10 for a reference contingent upon what's happening, yet the individual you elude can likewise get $10 by utilizing your code, so it benefits the two different ways. That is the way a ton of the best reference programs function, as I sort of reference with highlight focuses. Get focuses when you utilize a code, and you get focuses when you have others utilize your code. So extraordinary program. You can examine receipts from various retail locations like supermarkets, for example, assuming that you have a prizes card at something like Kroger, for example, Walmart. You can put that on record and it'll make the cycle a lot quicker, so you're getting a ton of profit just from that sort of stuff. Another to look at is called Rakuten, which additionally used to be called Ebates. You might realize it better. Ebates, yet one way or another you shop on the web and you bring in money back, and it ultimately depends on like 40% relying upon the store, so greater stores will generally be less similar to a couple of percent more modest, more specialty stores. You realize, see something like Columbia, you see Woods, you see Vivacious, you see a portion of these different ones that pay you like 10 money back, right? Well, that is great. Thus this is simply one more way for you to, before you purchase anything on the web, ensure you check Rakuten by involving the Chrome expansion in your program or by utilizing the application on your telephone. And you can likewise elude individuals and procure around $30 or so when you elude new individuals, as you can see, not too far off. So extraordinary reference program, truly really great for web-based shopping, and they apply to huge number stores, and you can get this application for both your Android and Macintosh gadgets. It'll very closely resemble this, as well as the free Chrome augmentation, which works with the Valiant program I referenced before to stack you no little income to a great extent, or it likewise works with, say, the Microsoft Edge program now, and obviously Google Chrome. You likewise have something like Reserve, so this is more like Oak Seeds in that you can utilize it for mechanizing your funds, robotizing your planning and investment funds, and robotizing a portion of your money management, so it can permit you to stash cash subsequently. Name and permit you to make cash to the extent that money back from specific projects as well as contributed, so they additionally are excellent about, say, permitting you to put resources into large organizations without having a ton to contribute. So this is called fragmentary offers, so you can put resources into partial offers with stash for only $1. So to put resources into Mac, yet their stock is only many dollars per offer, and you would rather not put away all that cash only for one portion of an organization that you truly like, you can put resources into fragmentary offers and broaden somewhat more, as opposed to placing every last bit of it into two stocks with Amazon or Mac or something. So that is a truly cool element, something I truly like, and maybe the fate of a portion of this tech contributing. They additionally have various projects where you can procure your check prior with them. They make them bank devices and stuff that you can utilize. You can express farewell to a ton of expenses, very much like Oak Seeds. They have like a month-to-month charge rather than a rate that they remove from your ventures, which seems like a greater amount of an old-fashioned approach to doing things now, with every one of these applications coming up that depend more on innovation and less on like shared reserve directors. So it permits them to charge less expenses, and the more cash you have in your record, the less level of your speculations you're paying charges for. So as you put your expenses essentially go down, as it were. Then another is called Smart Associate. This is more like the MB Meter CX application. This is another that gathers unknown information for statistical surveying and permits you to bring in cash latently simply by allowing it to run behind the scenes. So it's another that you can evaluate. There's a lot of them out there. You can look at like Nielsen Versatile. You can look at Versatile Articulations. I've shrouded these different recordings and blog entries, yet clever interfaces. Simply one more another you can look at for like an Android gadget. You can ride the web as you typically do. They gather information. You could acquire as much as 180 or so each year from this, so it relies upon references. It really relies on the number of gadgets you that utilization this on, and that's what things like. However, you can involve it for work area, portable, and tablets, and again they in all actuality do likewise have a reference program. So each time a reference and somebody who utilizes your code to join utilizes this and goes through the program, you can procure like $5 to $15. So that is a truly pleasant advantage too. Now to wrap things up, you have Paribus. Paribus is just accessible for work area and Mac gadgets at the present time, yet you don't actually must have the application to make it work, since it utilizes your email more than anything more, if assuming that you have a Yahoo Gmail or other kind of email where you continually are getting receipts from online buys or from even buys and stores to that now where they email you a receipt of Paribus. As they filter your email and stuff finds that a cost goes down after you buy that item, they will truly provide you with a discount of the distinction less their expense. So they'll take like specific rate for their charge to ensure that they can keep the lights on and continue to maintain their business to give this truly pleasant instrument, and afterward you get perhaps like 80 or 90 of the distinction in the cost change for each time you purchase something, and the cost goes down from now on. So rather than being mooched out that you overpaid for something, they truly give you the distinction less their expense. So it's a truly cool robotized device that you can get that many individuals have hardly any insight into, so you can get the application or you can get the sign up through their site on your PC. So those are 11 unique applications that pay you in a real sense for nearly sitting idle. And you can look connections and more data at the show notes page at selfmadesuccess.com. I'll have a connection to that in the YouTube portrayal and for other video. And for other applications like these that pay you for a wide range of things, look at the video in the upper right, and I'll see you in the following video.